by using your CMMS as your operating system. So we're going to move along this morning. It could be a slightly longer session, so we'll just get started with it. So just going to share my screen. And hopefully everybody can see that okay. So just going to say, with this, it sounds great. You can save up to €1 million, possibly even more, but it's not a quick fix. It's not a magic wand. It's like hey presto, here's your €1 million of savings. It's going to take a certain amount of time, investment. You're going to have to make some small changes and have an amount of commitment to actually make it happen. Just going to say as well that the figures that I'm quoting today, again, all based on my own experience, and again, all the examples I'm going to show you today are real examples. They're examples that I've used for more than 20 years in this business, so that I know they have worked. So again, the figures that I'm kind of using today, they're based on a medium-sized organization. They're based on an average wage, and that is one roughly, we're talking about an organization with about 40 remedial tickets per day. Average particular wage of people with facilities and so on like that, around about €40, and the company organization has got about €5 million worth of plant and equipment assets. So that's the basis that all of the figures that I'm going to quote to you today are actually based on. So we've got quite a few examples coming up, and what I'm going to do is just down in the bottom right hand corner, I'm just going to have a running total, just so you can see how close we're getting to actually hitting to €1 million on it. So the first one that I normally work with a customer with, and it's there, every single customer I've ever engaged with have these. It's what I call nod and wink jobs. These are undocumented remedial works that cost time and money and bring about a lot of stress, especially for in-house tradespeople and that. And roughly what I've seen is approximately 6% of jobs can be undocumented. And there's kind of three main ways that these happen. So one, like a manager approaches an employee, an in-house tradesperson, and look, will you pop down to my office? I need to get something fixed, and sure, it'll only take you a few minutes. And if you just pop down to me now and get it done. It's impossible for that tradesperson to refuse somebody who's much more senior in their company. It makes it a very, very awkward position for them. The other one is they're actually doing a job for somebody, and look, while you're here, you wouldn't fix this for me as well. Again, very typical example. Or that they're asked to do a job, we'll say something simple, they've got to replace tree lights or so like that aren't working, and when they go down there to find it's not 3, it's 5, and there's something else not working as well. So it's a much, much bigger job than what was actually put in as a request. Typically, these jobs cost around about €250. That's undocumented between time and materials. Typically, at least 40 minutes lost in the workday for the tradesperson that has to carry out the work. And if you can eliminate just one, that's what I'm just saying, just one of these non-wink jobs per day, and that's a 5-day week, 50-week year, so like that, then you're looking immediately at saving yourself around about €60,000 per year. It's quite easily done, nice easy saving to do. The next one, again, is if you're using a CMMS, all ticket requests should be just coming straight into the CMMS to be processed. But some people still use and maintain other methods. running sometimes at the same time, or just don't change. So they're coming in by email. There are verbal requests, there are text requests. The request is running through multiple people before it gets into the CMMS. So this is all very, very time consuming. It's not only time consuming for the people making the request, it's also for the time consuming for the people that have to process the request. So if that's still running every 5 minutes, it's a typical time that can be lost on this. And you're running, as I say, medium-sized organizations of 40 requests per day. There's another 16,000 in savings if you eliminate and just run all your requests directly through your CMMS. Next one, insufficient data, and this is dealing with the in-house trades and that with it. So what I mean by insufficient data is that the request come in is something is not enough information. It's like light's not working or the heating isn't working this morning. There's no clarification on it. In other words, it's like the lights aren't working. That's all of the lights in the office. We've tried the switch, that's not working. If we know where it is, we've checked in other offices around it. They're working, but our ones aren't working. Just that extra clarification saves a huge amount of time with it. So where the costs are coming up on this, somebody's got to ring back that person, hopefully that they'll answer and try and get some more information. Or if not, the tradesperson has got to go down to that location and try and find out what's wrong. This is all time costing. It's then, if the can be the wrong person that's put it up. In other words, John might make the call, person goes down there, Mary is in the office, Mary doesn't know what the problem is. And then you're trying to find John to find out what this whole problem is. Again, it's going up in it. Or even worse, when you haven't got the information and the description doesn't match the actual task. So it could be that they'll say water running down by a wall near an AC unit. So they go, oh, what do you call it? Call comes in, oh, there's water running down by the air conditioning. So they send down an electrician or send down somebody else to actually look at the air conditioning. And then you actually find that it's actually coming from the air conditioning. It's coming from above it, and there's actually a leak coming down the wall from the roof or some other type of thing like that. And these all cost a huge amount of time and effort with it. So again, just by building up a culture that people put in as much information as they can when they make the remedial request, again, you're looking at possible savings there of round about 28,000 a day based on 3 tickets coming in that don't have sufficient information on them. This greatly increases if you're running an organization, which say you've got mobile phone company. So you've got all your different shops and all that in all different locations out there. So now a call has come in and you've actually got to send a contractor out there to check the job on it. So now you're looking at most likely minimum call rates for the contractor to go out there. If the call doesn't match up with the type of contractor that you're sending out there because you haven't been able to clarify on it, then that contractor might have to leave and you might have to send another contractor that actually suits the task in hand. It starts getting very, very expensive with it. I remember one when I was working in facilities